And the verses that clarify that are 1 Corinthians 14 verse 5 and verse 12. These make it amply clear that this is what Paul is teaching. Now, a third reason that the Pentecostals and Charismatics say that the gift of tongues is for is that it is the language of angels. All right, so that's another thing they say. They say it is the language of angels. I'm sure you've heard of this before. It is the language of angels. Again, it's a mistaken notion. Let's look at 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 1. That's where they get this from. Right? Where do they get this from? That it's the language of angels. It's from 1 Corinthians 13 verse 1. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. So this is where they get it from. They say, look, tongues of men and of angels. So there are tongues of men and tongues of angels. And some claim that they are speaking in a language of angels when they are speaking in tongues. Again, it's nothing but a mistaken notion. What do you think is the language of angels? What do you think? I'll tell you this for sure, that the language of heaven is what? The language of heaven is Hebrew, not English. I'm sorry to say that to all the English speakers. The language of heaven is not English, though God has given His perfect and His pure words in the English language, in the authorized version of 1611, in the language of the last days. The language of heaven is Hebrew, and it is not English. All right? Nor any other tongue. So if the language of heaven is Hebrew, then the language of angels would be Hebrew. All right, look at Acts chapter 26. The book of Acts chapter 26. Acts chapter 26 and verse 14. Acts chapter 26 and verse 14.